Welcome to this quick overview of the new OCTPETUALPOPS Forex Day Trading Signals Service. OCTPETUALPOPS. It's a new evolution of the PETUALPOPS style trading method. And what is this PETUALPOPS method? Well, the name kind of describes it somewhat. It's a perpetual type of trade. It's a one-day trade, and we trade most days. And it's also a term that is associated with the system style. Okay, and the system development style, which means that we wanted a way to efficiently day trade and develop a large stream of cash flow, and then multiple large streams of cash flow. Okay, why would we want to do that? Because that's good business. Okay, we want to develop trading into a real business and a business that can be multiplied, don't we? Okay, have you ever thought about that? Now, you've probably heard the term or the phrase trading as a business, and you probably heard it so many times that it's just an overused expression that just passes from one ear out the other. It's like, oh yeah, trading as a business. What does that mean? Well, if you never owned a bricks and mortar business, an official bricks and mortar business, then you probably don't know what that means. Okay, or you could have worked in a higher level position in a formal company, maybe a publicly traded company. And there are all sorts of systems and procedures that must be performed, and there are all sorts of exact numbers that must be known. Okay, so if you want to run a good business, you have to, well, here's another overused expression, know your numbers. Well, what does that mean? Well, in trading, you have to have your profit margins figured out. You have to have your average wins versus losses over a series of so many trades on average. You need to have an average profit per trade. Okay, you need to know how much you make per trade when you make money on a trade. You need to know how much you lose per trade when you lose on a trade. Okay, then you figure out from there your position sizing. Okay, there are a couple other factors involved, but those are some important factors. And then once you know your numbers, you're getting the facts. You're getting to the truth. Okay, when you get to the truth of things, the facts of things, then you can make adjustments accurately or more accurately when needed. But if one isn't operating in the truth of things, if they don't know what their numbers actually are, they can't make adjustments. This same thing applies to marketing. All right, direct response marketers talk about knowing your numbers and how critical it is to know your numbers, because you can just tweak some things here and there in your ads to make a world of difference between extreme profitability versus mediocre profitability or a loss. These similar type of concepts apply to trading. Anyways, OCTPETUALPOPS is an evolution. What does that mean? That means we started with one PETUALPOP system, and that was the PERPETUALPOPS system. It started as this crazy idea of taking positions on close in the stocks and options markets, or on the reopens and NADEX and Forex and E-minis, after the maintenance cycle there at around 6. And from there, what we look to do is just simply get in, put our stop loss in if needed, because some positions, like with NADEX, don't need a stop loss. You can't put one on anyways. you have to position yourself right. Okay. And then, I mean, technically you can position yourself right with vanilla options, but anyways, so we want to put on our positions, and with Forex here, we put a stop loss in because it's pretty crazy not to in an underlying asset like, Forex, a leverage asset. You definitely want a stop loss or a futures contract, E-mini futures, etc. Even stocks, okay? And so we want to have that stop loss. We're in and out in one day. Now with Forex, it's no problem. We have no problem doing this. Stocks and options, well, depends on, that rule that was put in essentially as a scam. But it was put in to call people who got in and out within a day an evil pattern day trader. Okay, so you'd have to have an account over 25 grand in stocks and options to get in and out within one day on a regular basis, or you just simply get in by the closes, and that's what we do on those services. So, okay, with the OCTPETUALPOPS. This is a new system that we develop through the evolution of the other systems, and we actually have evolved those systems as their approach. Like PERPETUALPOPS is now in PERPETUALPOPS 1.1 because we saw some new observations that allowed us to add a couple little tweaks to improve the system's profitability. Okay, that's what you do in business, right? And then OCTPETUALPOPS is a very different approach. We just kind of stumbled upon it, and then so we have this new approach with this one-day trade phenomenon, and we are trading almost every single day. Okay? Not for the sake of it, just because the system's rules have it as such where it works out that way. Now, when do we not trade? Usually when something crazy happens, or you get some weird price action, or maybe an instrument is going in some sort of flat line, which Forex usually doesn't do. But we can always switch up assets if something strange happens like that, or you get some big economic report and you get these big day bars. It just kind of throws off natural price action flow. And of course, it's no use trading off of those crazy bars. You just wait a couple more bars to let it settle down, and we're good to go again. Okay. So, anyways, I can talk about all sorts of different angles and interesting things about the system and its development, but I gotta try to put this into something more concise here. Let me get to the bottom line. So you can see this systems result example. Okay, this is according to the OCTPETUALPOPS system, the exact entries and exit rules, and you can see the progression of trades. All right, so trade P&L, what does that mean? Profit and loss. So if a trade gained 23 pips, then it has a 23 pip profit. If a trade loses 5 pips, then it has a 5 pip loss. Okay, so you can see, and over here we have accumulated profits. And what does that mean? Well, it's just simply taking the last trade and adding it to the prior trade, and you just keep on doing that, trade by trade, and so you keep doing this trade by trade, and it just you get the summation, the ongoing running totals. So you can see the series of trades here. Okay. And what you want to do is look at this track record. You don't have to look at it on the video. You can go to the website, the web page, which you should have a link below if you're not on bestTradingSignals.net. Okay, or you can find it on besttradingsignals.net, or just contact us if you're having a problem finding it. We have a lot of signals now, but anyways, so you can just study the progression, so you get a picture of what goes on average, because you can get a picture of how to develop a position size, right? So where are the what happens? Where you want to look? You want to look at the total. How much can it make, right? Of course. First of all, you want to look at the progression of profit, but you also want to find any sort of losing streak, because every now and then price action just goes, it just gets stagnant and confused. That's just how that's how markets go, right? That's how instruments move after they go into these consolidations, and markets don't know which way to go, and this kind of putts around. Anyways, so you can see, okay, what are the streaks of losing? Okay, then what about the streaks of winning? All right, so you have to have that for perspective. Okay, because usually traders who have a lot of emotion, particularly fear, and if you're looking for the safe thing, and this often happens when one is in a money desperate mindset. What are the other ones? Money desperate, fear of loss. So, or looking for the safe bet, the safe feeling. Okay, those are all traps, emotional traps in the marketplace. It's pretty weird how it works out, right? But you can see here. See, what you want to do is keep perspective during these times. So some, the traders who don't have much experience and who've made a lot of mistakes in the past and have too big of a position size, also, when they get in any sort of losing streak, they have an emotional tantrum, and then they quit, and then the market takes off, right? That's in just about every other, or every maybe trading book from the past 100 plus years. So you can see these progressions. So you get these streaks, and then it goes on a tear, okay, of good price action, and you can see, oh wow, okay, we're starting to move here. Okay, we're moving that account. Occasionally get a fat blip, okay, and then all right, we just want to keep on perpetual popping onwards, and it takes a couple minutes a day. Okay, I mean, just if you have your broker account open and you don't even have to go log in, right? Place to trade takes very little time, and then under a minute or two, and then next day with Forex we get out before the close, okay, and depends what you call the close. We just go along with the stock market, and that's it. So you can see here. Oh, maybe you can't. Let me scroll here. Now here's 8 months. Now this is also interesting because we have 8 months of this performance sample, okay, and it made 8,026 pips on USD JPY. That's a lot of pips, okay. If you are familiar with Forex trading, that's a lot of pips, especially for trading a system that's a one-day trade, taking a couple minutes a day. And then so it ended up here on a system called OCT for 8, right? OCTPETUALPOPS, 8,000 pips in 8 months. So I thought that was interesting. Anyways, we're running out of time here. So if you're interested in and experiencing OCTPETUALPOPS, come on over to the site. There should be a link below if you're not on the site, and just sign up, and you'll get a picture in real time. Seeing is believing, right? You have to experience it, and then do whatever you want from there. All right, thanks.